A year ago this weekend, an internet site that was very important to me when I first started to process my deconversion ceased publishing new material. That wonderful website was atheistcartoons.com, a hilarious website that published awesome satires of religion that are still posted to the Facebook pages of some people in the free thought community today. My personal love for this website stems from the fact that when I discovered it over 2 years ago, the comics allowed me to do something that I was still hesitant to do after deconverting. They allowed me to laugh at some of the implications of beliefs that I once held sacred. Being able to laugh at religion, I think, goes a long way towards taking its power away. For so much of my childhood, the idea of seeking out something that made fun of the Bible was taboo. I cannot tell you how liberating reading some of these cartoons was for me. I think the presence of cartoons and sites like this fills a much needed role in the anti-theism part of the free thought community. I think there's a kind of unspoken belief in some parts of society that basically says that you don't make fun of religious beliefs if they are sincerely held by certain people, no matter how absurd they are. In times past, organizations like the Catholic Church could simply sic the Inquisition on its dissenters and silence them with extreme violence. Some Islamic groups around the world still behave this way. However, most of the Abrahamic faiths have reluctantly been dragged kicking and screaming into modernity, and much must now hide behind the automatic protection that people's religious beliefs are given in many societies. This, I worry, gives religious institutions a sort of shielding against criticism that enables them to get away with things that otherwise would be immediately castigated by the population at large. An example of this would be the cutting of genitals of children while they are still young under the assumption that it is the will of some kind of god or spirit. Appeals to religious traditions are often used as an excuse for these sorts of behaviors. And we could name other examples like the Watchtower Society teaching Jehovah's Witnesses that they should tell their children to refuse blood transfusions, or the spreading of untrue superstitions about condoms in AIDS ravaged nations. Like I said, though, I think that when we use humor and satire to attack these traditions and institutions, we take away their power and the illusion that these doctrines come from places and beings beyond the limits of the human mind. Depowering institutions like the Vatican or the LDS Church or the Watchtower or the Southern Baptist Convention can't be and shouldn't be done by force of arms, but by the force of reductio ad absurdum and humor in the marketplace of ideas. The whole concern about the new atheists and the so-called militant atheists of the 21st century has nothing to do with actual violence like militant Christianity or militant Islam. It basically boils down to the fact that non-believers are increasingly comfortable with mocking and criticizing religious institutions and the doctrines that they preach in public without apology. This was something that atheistcartoons.com was very good at, and I think our community of internet infidels is much poorer without its buy and try weekly updates. In any case, though it ceased publication a year ago this weekend, the cartoons are still up and available for anyone to read on the official site, and I will link them to you in the info box. Enjoy, and answer the questions by questioning the answers. Later, everyone.